film starts by showing a woman who is a single mother, that is, she did not have a husband and was taking care of her daughter Grace alone. She has come here to London from the Philippines so that she can earn good money and live a good life with her daughter Grace. But there was one problem: she had to live here secretly. She did not have a citizen certificate, so she was living there illegally. Now she somehow wants to get a citizen certificate, for which, obviously, she needs money, and this is the reason she used to work for them while living in different houses, so that they could earn their living and also collect money. Mother and daughter were spending their days living in different houses because they did not even have a house to live. After completing the day in one house, they go to the next house. Grace's mother does the cleaning of people's houses, cooks, takes care of the sick, and even bathes and walks their dogs. Now, Grace is intelligent but is very mischievous. Just as a child cannot sit comfortably, she often does the opposite of what her mother tells her. Grace often asks her mother where her father is, just to which her mother lies every time, saying that he is dead, but the reality is different. The house where Grace and her mom were staying now, after completing the day there, they had to go to the next house whose owner never comes home, hence they had to go somewhere else. Now, Grace's mom got a call from one of her friends who said that she is busy tomorrow, so you can go to my client's house instead of me to check on him and see how he is doing. Now, how can she go to an unknown house? Hence she refuses, but her friend says that you don't have to do anything, you just have to go there and check my client. He is an old man and often remains ill, for which now she agrees. That's why the very next day, Grace's mother came to the house far away from the city, where the old man was to be checked. The house was very grand, but there was no one there. Many times she called out to the old man and moved ahead, but there was no response. She then went straight to the room of the old man, who was lying lazily on the bed because he was in a coma. Grace's mother felt bad seeing him in this condition, so she starts praying for him. But then the old man grabs her hand, she gets scared, frees her hand, and controls herself somehow. And then she feels the sound of someone coming, so she quickly tries to hide, because if someone sees her here and comes to know about it that she had come here in place of her friend, then she could have got into trouble. The second problem was that she was living illegally, so this way too the problem could have been worse. She goes to a room to hide, but there is no place available there. Then suddenly the old lady's niece comes in front of her, whose name is Catherine, who is not surprised to see Grace's mom, but says that I know the agency people must have sent you because I had asked for a helper yesterday to send someone to my house who can help me, and they would have sent you. Now she had no other option, so to save herself, she agreed with Catherine. Catherine asked Grace's mom about her. Then she started telling her about her uncle, that he has been in a coma for the last 1 week. I take care of him, but I needed a helper for the housework, cleaning, and cooking. Now I know that the agency people have sent you, but you tell me your wish. Will you work with me as a helper? I will give you 1,000 a week. Now she needed money for the citizen certificate, and she could not refuse such a good offer. Now she agrees. Although Catherine gives her a separate room to live in, still, she does not tell her about her daughter Grace, because she was afraid that Catherine would refuse after hearing about her. Catherine tells her to bring her luggage in the evening, after which Grace's mom leaves from there. On the way, she calls her friend and tells him everything, and also about the old man, that he is also fine. Her friend says that your visit was beneficial. It was good for you that you got such a good job there. Then she came home and started packing her and Grace's luggage. Here she explained to Grace that you will have to stay secretly in that house and not do any mischief. Then we'll get the citizen certificate soon, after which we will be able to live freely, on which Grace also agrees. And now her mom hides Grace in a very big bag and reaches Catherine's house. Here Catherine first gives her mom tea to drink, which her mom immediately drank because Grace was locked in the bag, so she was afraid that she might die of suffocation. After drinking the tea, she quickly took the bag to her room and took out Grace, who was absolutely fine. Here again, her mom again explained to Grace that you have to stay secretly and do not come into the sight of this woman. Now Catherine quickly comes. Seeing her, Grace immediately goes and hides in the bag. Actually, as soon as Catherine saw Grace's mom, it was found out that she is from the Philippines, so Catherine tells her to do this today, take rest, and start work from tomorrow. After which she leaves from here. After leaving, Grace's mom shows a wardrobe in the room and tells her, that is, when Catherine is at home, you will have to stay inside, so that even if she suddenly comes, she cannot see you. Don't worry, my daughter. We will not stay here for more than 6 weeks." The very next day, Catherine shows her the whole house. She also tells about the work which she had to do. She also said that yes, don't worry about Uncle, I have given him medicine. I am going out of the house for some time for some important work. Saying this, she left. Grace's mom gets busy with her work. She cleans the entire house very well. Meanwhile, she finds a letter lying on the ground. Her mom was about to pick it up and read it, when suddenly Grace comes and scares her mom, after which both of them start talking, but then Catherine comes back here, seeing which Grace quickly tries to hide. Now Catherine became very happy seeing the house shining. Then Grace's mom started engaging her in her talks, so that Grace quickly goes and hides, and now with great difficulty, Grace hid herself at a place. But she was not going to stop. She went straight to the old man's room. She climbed on the bed and started going toward the man. Within this time her mom comes. She started asking Grace, "Why did you come out? I had told you to stay inside." Then Catherine called out to Grace from outside, so she hid Grace under the bed and went out to listen to Catherine. But still the trouble was not over, because then Catherine went to her uncle's room to give him his afternoon medicine, where Grace was also hiding under the bed. And now a pill fell down, which Grace had already seen before Catherine. When she picks it up, Grace quickly turns aside. Now Catherine gives medicine to her uncle and leaves from there, and thus once again, Grace narrowly escapes. Grace tells her mom that Catherine gives sleeping pills to her uncle. But her mom said, "Okay, sleeping pills, but how do you know that they were sleeping pills?" Grace replies, "Once you sent me to get the vitamin pills. I accidentally brought sleeping pills anyway. I saw the pill when Catherine was feeding her uncle." Her mother said, "My child, who knows, its structure may be similar. Not every medicine that looks similar has the same effect." Grace got angry at her mom that she is not believing her, because she suspected that Catherine might be a bad woman too. Now as the night fell and everyone slept, Grace started roaming around the house in search of something to eat, where suddenly Catherine appeared in front of her. Grace gets scared and says, "Oh, what is this, Catherine here?" But when Grace noticed that Catherine's eyes were closed. She was walking in sleep. Now Catherine started moving forward like this, then Grace started following her. She saw that Catherine was going towards the storeroom, and now as she went inside, Grace stood outside and started looking inside to see what Catherine was going to do. Catherine then removed a curtain behind which there was a dead body of a woman in a big glass box. Seeing this, Grace gets very scared, but she still keeps watching. And now Catherine also says in her sleep that she will burn the entire house. The next morning, Grace's mom notices that Catherine is not in a good mood today regarding the property. She will have to go to meet a lawyer, which will take a few days, so Catherine tells Grace's mom that I'll not be here for a few days, then along with managing the entire house, you will have to give medicines to the uncle in my place. She also teaches her how to feed the medicine. Grace's mom notices that Catherine is forcing the old man to take the medicine. She also notices the strange thing that she keeps her hand over the uncle's mouth until he swallows the medicine, which Catherine taught him. Grace's mom obviously doesn't like this thing. And now before leaving, Catherine gives her some money and leaves from here. Grace's mom sees that Grace is right. That is, Catherine was giving sleeping pills to her uncle. Grace tries to tell her mother what she saw last night, but her mother does not listen to her because she is busy in work. Then she remembers something. She tells Grace to take it easy, saying that she went out of there. Actually, earlier she used to be a nurse, and she had also worked in a house as a caretaker. That is, she used to take care of a patient there. She had come to know about some medicines and their effects, what happens when they are taken. Because there too she was taking care of an old man, and because she has a very good heart, she could cure this old man too with her care. After coming back home, she starts making medicine for the old man. She had changed all the old man's medicines, and now he is completely fine because of taking care of Grace's mom. As soon as he wakes up, he says, "Where is my caretaker?" He also takes her name, but he finds Grace's mom in front of him, who says that it is your niece who has hired me. He says, "But I don't have any niece." Hearing this, Grace's mom feels as the old man has just come to his senses, that is why he is saying this. And because Catherine was not at home yet, so she starts taking care of him, where the old man becomes good friends with Grace too. Now one day the old man meets Grace's mom. She told him that I am from Philippines. The old man was not surprised to hear this, but he told her that my caretaker was also from the same place. She was more than my mother, and I used to love her very much. On asking further, Grace's mom tells her that I had married a man who used to beat me a lot, and when he came to know that I was going to be a mother, he tried to take my life, but I ran away from there. I broke the relationship with him, but I have not told Grace to date that her dad is alive. I have said that your dad is dead. Actually, her dad has remarried again, and now he is living his life comfortably. Hearing this, the old man says, "But now I have an offer for you. I will easily handle the matter of your citizen certificate, but will you be my caretaker for the whole time?"